Hi guys, so in today's video we're discussing living and surviving on a low income, that's minimum wage in the UK, touching on how to spend money on rent, bills, feeding, leisure, basically everything, and eventually grow financially. My name is Tochi. You guys are welcome to my channel. Please like this video and share it to everyone that will benefit from it. You guys always do that. Thank you. And to all my returning subscribers, you guys are wonderful. You're welcome back. The truth is, a lot of people come into the UK, and for the first few months or few weeks of their stay in the UK, they tend to take up all these low income jobs, like minimum wage jobs, just to keep body and soul together. Most people don't really find the kind of job they really want to do, or most people don't have the luxury of getting exactly their dream job or something. But because you have bills to pay, you have responsibilities both in the UK and back home, you just tend to take up any job that comes your way just to survive, right? Immediately you come into the UK, and some of these jobs are low income jobs, but you have to take them because you have little or no choice, right? Then with time you begin to figure out what you really want to do with your life, right? So this is the reality of most people in the UK. I'm not saying this to discourage anybody from moving abroad or moving to the UK. That's not the point of this video. This is just the reality. This is the truth, right? And right now it's very expensive living in the UK compared to when I first came into the UK. It's now more expensive living in the UK, right? The bills, food, everything, the cost of everything is just on the rise. There's cost of living crisis. I know it's everywhere, but I'm talking particularly about the UK because that's the focus of this video, and that's where I live at the moment. Yeah, so today we'll be discussing how to basically live and survive on a low income in the UK. Number one, pay your bills on time. Of course, you know there's some compulsory bills, like bills that you must pay every month, right, that you can't even avoid. Obviously, you have to pay your rent, your energy bill, electricity, water, gas, council tax, broadband. You guys know the very important ones. These are bills that you just cannot escape living in the UK, right? And you pay for these things monthly. So you have to learn to pay your bills on time. That way, you know what's left for you at the end of every month, and then you can plan yourself better with what is remaining. Make sure you always have a saving plan, no matter how little, even if it means saving £5 every month. But I know that most people also take up extra shifts. This is another way you can survive on a low income job, basically, right? Just learn to pick up extra shifts, even if it's doing like maybe once or twice every week. You can do it. It's a way you can survive. Take bank holiday shifts, those shifts that kind of pay extra or even double of what you earn. Try and take shifts like that as much as you can. Don't overwork yourself. Don't do it to be too much. Try to rest while at it, but obviously you can't really survive that much if you don't pick up extra shifts, especially if you're doing a low income job. Budget your money. If possible, have a budgeter, right? And once you have spent the amount of money you plan to spend for that month, that's it. Try to stick to your budget, guys. Don't go outside your budget, because yeah, it might sound impossible, but that's basically another way to survive. Okay, do not go outside the plan. Just tell yourself, this is not the plan, please calm down. So after you've paid your bills, the very important bills that you can't actually escape, after you've done that part, taking out your savings, then you know what's left for you for the month. You can now plan that money, how to spend it, plan the amount of money you're going to be giving out, and then once you have hit your target for that month, please, that's it for the month. You can now transfer or refer every other thing to the next month. When you get to the next month, you now add it to the plan for the next month, right? That's basically another way you can survive on a low income in the UK. Number two, try to avoid debts as much as possible. This might be very difficult for some people because with the way the UK is programmed or the way the system works, it's easier for you to just go into debts, right? You can buy so many things on credit, and it might sound really exciting, it might sound too good to be true, and then you discover that you end up spending even much more money than you bargained for, right? So try and avoid it as much as possible. Most times, if you want to buy something and you have the cash for it, please go for it. and take your goods or whatever you have bought home. Like you want to buy a chair, you want to buy furniture, you want to buy cooking utensils. If you want to buy something and you have the money to pay cash for it, please pay cash for it. Because by the time you go to buy pots on credit, so you pay deposit and then begin to pay monthly for it, or you buy chair on credit, right? You pay deposit and then begin to pay monthly for it. You buy your TV on credit, you buy your bed on credit. At the end of the month, you discover that what you're paying for every month might just be too much for you to handle. Okay, you discover that you have little or nothing left at the end of the day. So for every month, right, you pay your basic bills, then your direct debits begin to leave your account. They take £10 for pot, they take £20 for chair, they take £30 for car, they take £50 for bed. You know, at the end of the day, you find out that you are left with nothing, right? That's my point. So please, as much as possible, avoid debts, okay? Buy only things that are really important to you if you must buy, and then if you must buy on credit, do it wisely. So try to avoid it as much as possible so you don't spend all your money every month paying back debts. Number 3, try to reduce the number of times you go out to shop. Okay, learn to buy things in bulk. That way it will last longer for you, and then you reduce the number of times you go out to shop. Because believe me, if you go out to shop, you know how they say outside is expensive, right? It is true. If you go out to buy just one thing, you discover that you end up buying even more than you planned, right? It happens to me all the time. So this thing I'm saying also applies to me as well, right? If you're telling yourself, I'm going to buy just milk, enter Aldi, you will come out with a full basket. So reduce the number of times you go out to shop. It works like magic. If you do that, you will spend less, okay? Only go out to shop when it's necessary, when you really need something, like maybe everything has finished and you want to shop. Go out, buy in bulk, come back, store in your fridge, cook your meals, you know, store everything and be managing them as much as you can. And then when they finish, then you go back to shop again. But don't always say, oh, today I want to pick up salt in Aldi, you enter. Oh, tomorrow I want to pick up bread in Tesco, you go, right? You have to be disciplined enough to close your eyes and go straight to that section, pick it up and go home. But it's hard. It's hard. You must find one other thing that you feel you need and add it to that one thing you went to buy. I know some of you can actually relate to this. So please, if you can relate to this, leave it in the comment section, right? And this also brings me to my next point, which is do not buy things that you don't need. Even if it's on sale, right? Do not buy things you don't need. Buy only things that are absolutely necessary, right? The truth is that you would always find something to buy. If you go out, you will always find something to buy. There is one store doing sales. If they're not doing 50% off, they're doing 70% off. If it's not 70% off, you know, 30% off. And you are tempted to go in and check it out. So please, if you don't need something, don't buy. If the shop is on your right, please face left and pass. If the shop is on your left, turn eyes right and pass. Right? You don't have to buy what you don't need simply because they're on sales, or simply because it's tempting, simply because it's calling your name to come and buy. You will just end up buying things you don't need. So at the end of the day, you might even regret buying that thing. That is why you should only buy things you need. Only buy things that are necessary. Only go out when it's necessary. That's my point. Guys, you say DIY, right? Do it yourself. You have to learn to do things yourself in the UK. It's very important. It will save you a lot of money, because these handymen, they are not smiling. If you call a handyman to come and do something for you, to come and solve a problem in your house, to come and fix something in your house, see, if you see the money they'll be calling for you at the end of their job, you'll be like, why didn't I just do this thing myself? And the way the UK is designed, they deliver things in flat packs, they deliver things in, sometimes you don't even know, like, how am I supposed to fix this thing? How am I supposed to fix the bed? How am I supposed to fix the TV? How am I supposed to do this? I've never done it before in my life. So you want to go out and look for a handyman to come and fix it for you. See, things have manual. Once you read the manuals, follow the steps, you can actually do it yourself. Okay, there's some little things that you might overlook and feel like, oh, it's not just this, it's not just £20. Calculate that £30, the number of times you bring in people to do things for you. Calculate it. You see that money would have done something good for you if you had done it yourself. right? So cultivate the habit of reading manuals, okay? Learn to read manuals, learn to read things so that you can do and set up things in your home yourself. And eventually, when you even become an expert, you can start doing for people and earning money from it. Okay, everybody, if you're moving to the UK, please put on the do-it-yourself attitude. Tell yourself, I can do it. It might look difficult, but you can actually do it if you put your mind to it. That will save you a lot of money. Try cutting your boy's hair yourself sometimes. Try plaiting your girl's hair yourself. You don't have to go to the salon all the time, okay? Try to even make wigs yourself. Try to just do things yourself, right? It might look small, but you can do these things yourself. I'm not saying that you can't outsource such services. You can't go and call people to do these things for you once in a while. You can, but remember that the essence of this video is just to tell you or give you tips on how you can live and survive on a low income. Also, if you are single in the UK, right, you really don't need a big house. So you can start with a small house, studio, apartment, shared accommodation. It can help you save up money for the meantime while you're just starting life abroad, right? With time, you can now move to the biggest house if you want, okay? But for your first few months in the UK, just do the little you can. If you can afford to buy a car, fine. But if you cannot, as a single person, you really don't need it, right? Get like a bicycle that can take you around for the meantime. That way you can actually save up money as well and exercise and keep fit. Just do things that would help you. Even if you want to buy a car, don't go for the big cars, okay? There are cheaper cars that you can buy that would serve you, that would even move you from one place to the other, right? Just do things that you can handle at the moment, at that time, right? Don't be in a hurry to blow. Just follow the process, enjoy your process. Just know that whatever you're doing, whatever you're enduring is just for the meantime, just for a short time. It won't last forever. So in summary, guys, just try to manage yourself as much as possible. You must be committed to your savings and your budgeting. Be disciplined about it and be committed to it. And then for clothes, I don't think you have to buy clothes every month. What are you even wearing? Sometimes you even go to work. Some people wear uniforms to work, right? And they spend like all day at work. Okay, so where are you even wearing clothes to? Okay, but I'm not saying you shouldn't buy clothes. I'm not saying you shouldn't look good. Okay, there are so many cheap stores where you can buy clothes and all. But my point is, you don't have to buy all the time. You don't even have to buy clothes every month. You can go for clothes shopping maybe once in 3 or 4 months, right? You don't have to do it every month. If you have kids, okay, you can buy for them more often because they are kids. They need more clothes and all. But you don't have to do it every month. You don't even have to do it every 2 months. Just know what works for you and stick to it, so that at the end of the day, you look back and be proud of yourself. You look back and say, yes, I don't regret how I lived one bit. This actually helped me. You will tell your story and even use it to encourage people and say, if I can do it, living on a low income job, then you too can do it. You get my point? So yeah, with all these tips, if you can just be patient with yourself and do things diligently, you will see that you will live and survive on a low income and eventually grow financially living in the UK. So guys, we've come to the end of this video. I hope you took something home. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye bye.